When you travel anywhere to the world, you are firstly asked, what are you doing there? And how long are you going to be there for? And where are you going to sleep? And who do you know? And where are you going to stay? And you are also asked one of the most important questions, which is, do you have healthcare insurance? Did you pay for it? And how long is it going to cover you for? And when you get to that country, you would realize that that country has its own domestic issues that are surrounding the citizens that are staying in that country. They have their own problems. They will always have their own problems, right? So after that realization, if you are so interested in staying in that country for whatever reason there is, and when the people in that country ask you, what are you doing here? And why are you here? And what's the reason you are here? And for how long are you here? You're not going to suddenly tell them about the fact that they have issues they have to be dealing with. So they should ignore you and actually deal with those issues because those issues are too heavy for them and they should not project onto you. No, you're not going to do that. And because you're not the citizen of that country, you need to be held accountable and you need to be accounted for. So that if there's anything foul that is happening in that country, anybody that is inhabiting that country and is staying in that country can also be held accountable. And hence the word, you are a civilian in that country, because there has to be some sort of accounting that comes with your civiliancy in that country. So now many of you come in that country in question that has so many problems, right? And then you come to add in those countries problems. And then those people are like, but no, man, we had created some level of sustainability to kind of maintain our people. And now that you guys are overflocking into that country, you are straining the system of the people who are just below the poverty line that have to kind of like benefit from this sustainability that we have created, this safety net we have created for our people. That is why we were asking you earlier on, what are you doing here? For how long are you here? And are you covered for whatever duration of time that you've been in that country, so that anything that you be, involved in that country, we know that whenever you are sorted because you are documented, right? So you cannot at any given point in any given state, if you are asked about that information, then you now suddenly tell people that are being xenophobic towards you. It's kind of weird to me. I don't know why, but it just feels weird. Then we go along in this weird transcendence, and then we dig and we dig and we dig and we dig, and then we find out that many of your people are actually involved in very bad things, adding to the bad things that we already have in this country with our own people. But then any family or any household would want to deal with their affairs, right? Without being disturbed by other people's affairs, right? Then now there's an outrage and then there's an anger coming from us to say, but you cannot see us having these problems domestically. Us fighting inequality, us fighting domestic violence, us fighting youth unemployment, us fighting all these things. And then you come as well, and then you come to add on to these things. Us fighting white people. We've been fighting white people in this country for a very long time. And then you come and add on to those issues. And then when we start telling you, and you'll be like, no, but you have your own things too. You have your... No. I don't think it should work like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of like a stupid youth from South Africa, but I don't think... Maybe this is allowable because this is South Africa, because come on, everyone has always felt this is a playing mat for them. But now, the youth of this country are not okay. They're not happy. So I don't know, maybe that is xenophobic. I'm not sure. I just don't understand how when you step on somebody's toe and then a person is like, but you are hurting my toe. And then all of a sudden you're like, but you want to fight? No, you're just stepping on my toe, bro. And honestly, I just would like for you to give me a little bit of space so that I can deal with whatever that I'm going through.
If somebody came and told me, Uti, foreign nationals are actually trying to outnumber and conquer us, I'd actually believe that. So this past Friday, I was admitted at a public hospital. I was actually going to give birth there. So when I got there, okay, fine, my water had broken, but then I was not yet in labor. So what they do is they'll put you on it's a room, like a kind of like a waiting room where they assess you and make sure what you're right. And then the moment your contractions start getting closer, they'll move you to a separate ward or a separate room where you can give birth privately. So in these waiting rooms, you'll find there's like 3 to 4 beds. So when I get into this waiting room shop, there's 2 other ladies there. There's 3 beds in the room. And then when I get there, both the ladies are foreign nationals. So I get there, I sit there, and then they start speaking in Isishona. And for some reason, I felt engati, I was lost. I felt as if I traveled from South Africa to go to Zimbabwe to give birth. Because I felt as if I was in a different planet or a different country. I felt lost in my own country because there were 2 women there speaking their own language, and I felt ingati I didn't belong. So cool. Fast forward, a day later, I give birth. It's on a Friday morning. After I've given birth, remember, I'm in the labor ward. So now they have to move me to the postnatal ward. They can't. Imipeto igcwele, I'm a foreign nationals. Okay, fine. The labor ward until they were able to make some space for me in the postnatal ward. So I go into the postnatal ward. Still, it's a big room, 3 beds. I go in there. There are other 2 ladies, foreign nationals. I still feel lost. They are speaking in Sishona. They are, I buy Kulumelanje. And I still feel as if I left South Africa to go and give birth in Zimbabwe. So I'm trying to ask myself, how often do these people give birth? Because we know, bayazala. And I'm trying to understand what is the end game, yalukzala. Because already they outnumber us in Gokzala, Tina South Africans. I feel like for every single South African giving birth, there are 2 or 3 Zimbabweans giving birth. So in 10 years to come, they are going to outnumber us. And then what happens? Are they going to outnumber and conquer us in our own country? So that is like my concern. And I'm trying to understand what is the end game. Are they trying to outnumber us? Are they trying to outnumber and conquer us in our own country? Because it feels like that is where it's going. Because already Mongena in a public institution, Utu Uyozala, you find Uguti, there's more of them giving birth, Konalapo. So what's the end game? No, guys. There's just something sinister about this entire thing. So angithi mabahambe because angibathandi or whatever, but then this is way too much. This is way too much. Bayazala labantu. Bayazala.